to the second week of emotion schooling for enhanced classroom processes. In this first session of week 2, we will focus on what is emotion schooling. Emotions, believed to be bubbling from the depths of brain, were in the past considered to influence the way one behaves. Hence, distractions due to these need to be controlled and contained. Recent brain studies prove that feelings and thoughts are intertwined in complex ways and control attention, memory and judgment, and is the same in young as well as the grown-up people. Both teachers as well as students enter the school with their own sets of fears, worries and anxieties, in addition to some enthusiasm and positivity. The further proceedings of the day take a toll based on which emotion becomes predominant and stays throughout the day. Let us consider a case where the teacher is disclosing the grades of students in a test taken last week. The uplifting emotions are triggered in the children who score as per their expectations. For those who have outperformed and scored more than they had expected are supercharged throughout the day, while those who have scored less than what they had expected definitely stay with not so desirable emotion throughout the day. All these instances relate to heightened emotional states, and the children find it difficult to focus on the lesson. Something similar is experienced by the teachers as well. There are several instances where teachers feel helpless in changing the mood of the children or of the self at times. It would always be good not only for the students but also for the teachers if they could experience the heightened emotion state for a brief period of time and bounce back to normal or a state of emotional equilibrium at the earliest to carry on with the other unavoidable tasks scheduled for the day. When a child doesn't read well, we facilitate. When a child doesn't do math, we scaffold. When a child doesn't behave well, we give up, says the teacher. When a child doesn't behave well, we school emotions, says the teacher who knows all about emotion schooling. It is possible to train children to respond to situations like these in constructive ways. Calming down, reconstructing recurrent unwelcome thoughts, accepting and handling the situation in the most appropriate manner to bounce back to normal in the least possible time is indeed an available option. Emotion schooling is all about becoming aware and making the child aware of why of a behavior, shifting the focus from what of the behavior, providing space to regulate the impact of overwhelming emotions on the child and the class. Emotional competency, a core variable fundamental to attain social competence, is the most desirable outcome of emotion schooling. Often thought of as irrational and non-intellectual thought process, emotions are complex states of mind and body with some cognition and more of subtle feelings involved. Talking about emotions in an era obsessed with grades and getting into better colleges might sound soft and imprudent, but it is true that while some people are better at reading and managing emotions, there are a few of whom this appears in their wish list. And here is the good news. Emotions can be learnt and tied together with the thought process to work towards a person who is liked by all. Children can be schooled on specific behaviors and skills to develop their interpersonal as well as intrapersonal aspects of intelligence, also known as emotional intelligence. Students learn and perform well in the class when they feel emotionally safe. They are motivated to perform when they have a sense of love and belongingness towards the task at hand. It is only when these needs are treated well and taken care of that the children have increased esteem levels and build up zeal to give their 100% to what they do. Heightened emotion states tend to use up intellectual resources and render it difficult for a child to focus on the task at hand. Emotion schooling involves educating the children that emotions can be managed and expressed appropriately only when one becomes aware of them and is able to identify and label them. The process guides the children to handle heightened emotion states, contain them to a large extent, experience and express them appropriately, thus allowing them to bounce back to normal state of emotional neutrality in the least possible time. That's all for now. In the next section, we will focus on how to recognize emotions of self and of others. Stay tuned. Thank you.